Travel robot presence. Top 10 things to do in Western Sahara. Hey, in this video we are going to talk about the top 10 things to do in Western Sahara. Western Sahara is a disputed territory on the northwest coast and in the Maghreb region of North and West Africa. About 20% of the territory is controlled by the self-proclaimed Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, while the remaining 80% of the territory is occupied and administered by neighboring Morocco. Its surface area amounts to 266,000 square kilometers, 103,000 square miles. It is one of the most sparsely populated territories in the world, mainly consisting of desert flatlands. The population is estimated at just over 500,000, of which nearly 40% live in Laayoune, the largest city in Western Sahara, occupied by Spain until 1975. Western Sahara has been on the United Nations list of non-self-governing territories since 1963 after a Moroccan demand. It is the most populous territory on that list, and by far the largest in area. In 1965, the United Nations General Assembly adopted its first resolution on Western Sahara, asking Spain to decolonize the territory. 1 year later, a new resolution was passed by the General Assembly requesting that a referendum be held by Spain on self-determination. In 1975, Spain relinquished the administrative control of the territory to a joint administration by Morocco, which had formally claimed the territory since 1957, and Mauritania. A war erupted between those countries and a Sahrawi nationalist movement, the Polisario Front, which proclaimed itself the rightful leadership of the SADR with a government in exile in Tindouf, Algeria. Mauritania withdrew its claims in 1979, and Morocco eventually secured de facto control of most of the territory, including all major cities and most natural resources. The United Nations considers the Polisario Front to be the legitimate representative of the Sahrawi people and maintains that the Sahrawis have a right to self-determination. So before starting this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Let's get started. Number 10. Bab Mansour Gate. Adorned in colorful mosaic tiles and inscribed with Arabic poems, the Bab Mansour is more than just a gate. It also happens to be one of the most ornate symbols of Morocco and an icon of classic Moroccan architecture. Completed in 1732, the Bab Mansour Gate guards the front of the place El Hidim, a large square in the heart of Old Town Meknes. Although you cannot walk through the grand doors of the gate, you can still admire its beauty from the square. One of the most notable features is the Arabic poem written over the arch. It translates to I am the most beautiful gate in Morocco. I'm like the moon in the sky. Property and wealth are written on my front. Number 9. Essaouira. Essaouira, which lies on the northern tip of Morocco, is a fascinating seaside city with a predominantly large Spanish influence. The whitewashed buildings and plethora of Spanish restaurants is a reminder of when the city was part of Spanish Morocco, from 1912 until 1956. The city dates back to 1500 BC, but many of the buildings or homes are from the 15th and 16th century. The well-preserved Old Medina and fortified seaside walls are two of the must-see attractions. The Grand Mosque of Essaouira is also worth a visit. Its unique white facade blends in seamlessly with the rest of the painted buildings in the town. Number 8. Telouet Casbah. Tucked away in a small Berber village between Marrakech and the Sahara Desert is Telouet Casbah. Built in the 18th and 19th centuries for the powerful el-Fnaa family, Telouet Casbah is a rare sight to behold. Adorned in colorful mosaics and red stucco, the Casbah had a strategic location on the caravan trail. As one of the country's most prominent figures, el-Fnaa made a lot of money off olive, saffron, and salt trades from the Casbah. However, the rise of Moroccan independence proved difficult for the family, and el-Fnaa was killed in 1953. The Casbah was eventually abandoned and sits in ruins today. Number 7. Kite surfing in Essaouira. Essaouira is a popular resort town located just a few hours from Marrakech. Marked by its white and blue Medina and colorful seaside port, Essaouira is a relaxing escape from the hustle of the larger cities in Morocco. The strong winds of the Atlantic Ocean also make Essaouira a popular destination for kite surfing. Although it's possible to kite surf year-round, summer brings the strongest trade winds. You can find multiple spots around the city. However, Sidi Kaouki and Moulay Bouzerk Town are two of the best kite surfing areas in town. Catering to both beginner and advanced surfers, Essaouira is guaranteed to be one of the most thrilling places you'll visit in Morocco. Number 6. Volubilis. The archaeological site of Volubilis was once the capital of the Mauritania Kingdom, which ruled from 27 BC to 44 AD. Many of the buildings and landmarks in the city are pristine examples of the Roman Empire's influence on urban modernization. The fertile lands of the province produced many commodities, such as grain and olive oil, which were exported to Rome, contributing to the province's wealth and prosperity. The Romans evacuated most of Morocco at the end of the 3rd century AD, but people continued to live in Volubilis for many centuries. Only half of the city has been excavated. However, its most notable buildings include the Basilica, Capitoline Temple, and the Triumphal Arch of Caracalla. Several private dwellings, including elaborate elite mansions, are also on display. Number 5. Chefchaouen. Chefchaouen is easily one of the most unique cities to visit in Morocco. Situated in the Rif Mountains, this unusual village is home to hundreds of blue homes and buildings. As you walk down the cobblestone alleys, most of which are also blue, you'll be submerged in a world of color. Come with a camera, because photography opportunities are everywhere you look. You can also stop by the walled place Outa El Hammam and the Chefchaouen Ethnographic Museum. It is a popular shopping destination offering many native handicrafts that are not available elsewhere in Morocco, such as wool garments and woven blankets. The goat cheese native to the area is also popular with tourists. The region around Chefchaouen is one of the main producers of cannabis in Morocco. Hashish is subsequently sold all over town, but is mostly the domain of native Chaouenis. Number 4. Erg Chebi. Make your way into the Sahara Desert and set your eyes on the bright orange dunes of Erg Chebi. It's relatively close to the city of Merzouga, which makes for an easy overnight trip for those coming from Marrakesh. Despite Erg Chebi being completely desolate and bare, there is still a surprising amount of activities to do. Go camel trekking at sunrise, sandboarding down the sandy slopes, or take a 4x4 quad tour at full speed through the dunes. Number 3. Tlemcen. For stunning Moorish buildings in Algeria, there is only one option: Tlemcen. The buildings here can compete in beauty with those in southern Spain or Morocco. The town was important for the Romans, but sadly not much evidence has survived from those times. Sites include the Great Mosque, the Eiffel Bridge and waterfalls in the nearby National Park of Tlemcen. Tlemcen has its sights firmly set on the future and is currently in the process of building what will be the largest university campus in the country. Number 2. Jemaa el-Fnaa. Sitting at the heart of Marrakech's Medina is Jemaa el-Fnaa, the city's largest square and market. At all times of day, you'll find Jemaa el-Fnaa filled with tourists, locals, shopkeepers, and food vendors. You might even spot a few snake charmers and monkey handlers eagerly waiting to take your photo. As the sun goes down, Jemaa el-Fnaa becomes even more lively. Food stalls pop up around the square, and magicians, dancers, and musicians come out to entertain the guests all night long. Even if you aren't hungry or in the mood for shopping, you can still soak in the magically vibrant atmosphere that pulsates through Jemaa el-Fnaa. Number 1. Ait Benhaddou. The earthy clay brick buildings of Ait Benhaddou are nestled at the foothills of the Atlas Mountains. This fortified walled city was built right on the caravan path between Marrakesh and the Sahara and was once a thriving trading post during the 17th century. Only a handful of residents live within the city walls. However, it still attracts thousands of annual visitors who come to admire Ait Benhaddou's distinctive and authentically Moroccan clay buildings. Do not even think about entering a market unless you intend to barter like a local to get the best bargain. The souks can get busy, especially on a Friday. If you love similar content like this, take a look at my other videos. And if you like it, please smash the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. If you have further questions, feel free to comment down below. See you in the next video.